Today I want to look at the current situation in Zimbabwe. It's clear that we've reached a point of no return. We are now in a transition period. This is clear to many people who are observing the Zimbabwe situation. We are back to the situation where Mugabe ended up being removed. The situation is now at an edge, and it's just a matter of time before something happens. But what I want to do is I want to look at a story that came out of Spotlight Zimbabwe last week, Friday. And this story says Mnangagwa is very angry at the South African government, officials, intelligence agencies, and former presidents Thabo Mbeki and Jacob Zuma for throwing their weight behind Xavier Kasukuwere's presidential bid in 2023. So, according to this report from Spotlight Zimbabwe, Mugabe made a long-term plan to put Xavier Kasukuwere into the presidency, and he did this through certain phone calls and conversations with a number of people in July 2018, soon after the elections, when he realized that Mnangagwa has taken over again. He was hoping that Chamisa was going to get in, but when he realized that Chamisa failed to get in, he started to make a plan B. And so he called a lot of people, former presidents, sitting presidents, and intelligence agencies, military people, people like General Chiwenga. He called these people according to previous reports from Spotlight Zimbabwe and talked to them and said, my plan is to have Xavier Kasukuwere in the presidency in 2023. I need support for this plan because Mnangagwa is not going to manage. He's going to run down the country. So this is how the Spotlight Zimbabwe said, and apparently this plan was accepted by a lot of people, which is why Xavier Kasukuwere did not go into exile, into a far-away country. The South African government, the officials, agreed to have Xavier Kasukuwere stay in South Africa, and they are providing him with security and intelligence. So, if this plan works out, Xavier Kasukuwere is going to go back to Zimbabwe, and when he gets to Zimbabwe, he's going to be waiting to come in 2023, whilst someone else finishes the last 2.5 years of Mnangagwa's term. So obviously we know who this person is, who is going to finish the term, someone put in by the military, according to this report. So Xavier Kasukuwere is not going to immediately go in now and become the president. He will have a waiting period. And if you were observing this past week, so these are the new developments. If you're observing this past week, Xavier Kasukuwere announced that he was going to be going back to Zimbabwe to start working on his presidential campaign. So it's all adding up together. And how are they going to fund this? According to this story from Spotlight Zimbabwe, the funding is going to come from money that Mugabe left for Grace to execute this plan. So there is money already to do this. And the other key factor is that G40 members are very strong within the structures, within Mnangagwa's government. They are very strong. If you want to see how strong they are, you should just see what has been happening over the past few months. The amount of information that has been leaked about Mnangagwa and his family, it shows that there is somebody who is within the system that is deliberately leaking this system. And these are G40 people who are still very strong in every part of Mnangagwa's government. The old G40 system is still alive. Also, if you look at the pressure in the media, G40 members are very, very active in the media, pushing the narrative, trying to push the media to push out their stories. Personally, I've had a lot of pressure coming from to push certain stories regarding Mnangagwa family and their dealings. There's also been certain issues to do with what we talked about a few months back, the compromise of the Mnangagwa family phone records. So the Mnangagwa family is not really totally in control of their information. So people around them, they feel free to leak information about them. And this information is making them look like a very, very bad group of leaders. The kind of information that we're receiving, the information about corruption over COVID, the bankers, all this information is showing a president that is shaky, that is not feeling very confident about itself. There's also a lot of mistakes being made. The abductions, the arrest of people like Tabani Mpofu. This is making the Mnangagwa government look very, very bad. And currently, the dismissal of Chamisa in the MDC, very bad move for everybody. And it's making the whole country look like it's not a democratic country. It's a country that is being run like a tuck shop. So that is what Grace Mugabe said when she promised a few months ago that she'll be back in 3 years. She said that Mnangagwa is running the country like a tuck shop. So this is what is starting to look like. It's starting to look like Mnangagwa is not totally in control. And anytime anything can happen, a coup could happen with all the prophecies coming. And this is starting to look like a president under siege. So this is the story with a lot of my own commentary. If you want to read the story, just go to spotlight-z.com, and thanks to my brother Itai Mshekwe, and I think it's Mary Kate Kahari who wrote this story. Very, very interesting story. Savior Kasukuwere set to be the Zimbabwe president in 2023. Chamisa out of the way. So it will now be ZANU-PF versus ZANU-PF in 2023. And we will see what happens within a short space of time. Kasukuwere has already announced that he's going to be going back to Zimbabwe. And if he's got the support of the military, it means Mnangagwa will not be able to do anything to him. So let's watch and see what happens. How is this plan going to unravel? Or how is it going to happen? How is it going to show itself up within the next few months? In fact, we will know within the next few weeks if Kasukuwere is confident enough to go to Zimbabwe and start campaigning on the ground. He has already been cleared of all criminal charges. He has been given back his farm. A lot is happening on the ground. And let's see how Mnangagwa responds when Kasukuwere is now on the ground campaigning. Personally, because before it has been the Tyson Wabantu movement. Let's see what happens if Kasukuwere himself is on the ground. Right, thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on WhatsApp, send it to as many people as possible. If you're watching this on YouTube and Facebook, please like, comment, and share.